All right. Hello, Internet. We are back for episode 3 of Somewhere in Between. And today, we're going to talk about Disney live remakes. So, there's some movies I haven't seen, only seen a few of them. And so has Adam. So, that's what we're going to talk about. Some are good, some are terrible. And the most recent one that came out was Mulan. And I hated it. I'm ready to crap on it. So, that's what we're going to talk about for today's episode. I'm Gabe. This is my co-host Adam, where we have different point of views and topics. We come into understanding on this episode of Somewhere in Between. Okay, so I guess I'll kick it off to. We won't do the most recent one yet for not Mulan because I'll save that for last.
We'll save that for last.
Because that's kind of embedded in my brain still a little bit. But I guess we'll just start off with I remember. I guess I'll go with my personal the one of the best live remakes. I would say the only good one would be the Jungle Book because that was actually pretty well filmed. I would say too. I mean, even though they didn't have any of the songs or anything, but I remember they had maybe 30 seconds of instrumentals from Bare Necessities when they were floating down the river. So that was kind of cool for being a nostalgia thing, but overall the guy, even the kid who played Mowgli, that was all him on screen. There's no one you know doing the whole acting, but besides the people in the blue suits and green suits. If you went to see the behind the scenes stuff, that was all him just pretending to act or pretending that the animals were there. So I got to give kudos to that kid for carrying that movie too. So
Yeah, no, I love that. The Jungle Book remake. You're talking the Jon Favreau one, right?
yeah,
I think that's
the Jon Favreau.
I think two of them came out in 12-month period, and that one's actually really good.
Which one?
The Jon Favreau one, the one you're talking about. I've only watched it once, but I really liked it. I honestly don't care for the Jungle Book, the original, the
cartoon one. Yeah, the animated
so
one.
it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite Disney movie, so it's not. I don't know. In general, I don't really care for these because it's nobody asks for any of this stuff. So here we are. We're talking about it.
Well, all right. Well, that's something. He doesn't care for the animated one, but the live action one was better.
Yeah, I'd agree. I like the live action one in this particular case probably more than I like the original.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty awesome.
And then I guess the next thing would be I'm just gonna see the ones that hopefully you've seen that I've seen, or unless you've seen all of them.
I've seen most of these.
Okay, so we'll go to the next one would be Beauty and the Beast, and that was with Emma Watson, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't her singing the entire time. She had to have been out of tune.
I don't know. I honestly don't know if she's singing that whole time at all on that particular on that movie at all. So,
but they did pick a good belle because she's a bookworm and everything. So I mean, she played good in it. I wasn't complaining.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but this is by far the best Disney remake that exists in
The Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, it's by far, and I don't even I never really watched the old one. I've seen it a couple times, but I never was. It wasn't like The Lion King or Aladdin to me. So when I watched this one, I was like, all right, well, I've seen it. I've seen the old one, and then I watched this one. I was like, this is awesome. This is actually really good. The best part about it is it isn't so stylized like some of the other ones. We'll get into it. Like Aladdin is a good example of this, where it feels like everything's supposed to be real, but it feels like plastic. I don't know how to put it into words,
plastic.
But everything feels fake. Like the set feels fake.
Oh, okay.
Obviously it's fake, but it shouldn't look like if I went like this, the whole thing would just crumble. And that's how Aladdin.
So it's basically seeing stuff that's that you think it's it pretty much takes you out of the film. If you see that, you're kind of
it's like watching a movie, and it's just it's almost like anime, and it doesn't look real at all. And I thought Beauty and the Beast does a great job of everything they do. There's not really anything. Gaston is awesome in this one. I like Luke Evans. He's freaking awesome. The music's all there, so you're not. And I
Like
don't know if I
they
think
had
this
some
one they
singing
don't
in
think
there,
that
right? I remember like the
Luke Evans
his
sang all his songs.
yeah
Gaston sang all his songs, and then the guy who's the snowman on Frozen, Olaf. I cannot remember this guy's name. I have an Olaf doll somewhere. It's right on the floor behind me.
yeah I know what you're
You
talking
can see
about.
it. It's right back there. They sang all their songs.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know, everything's good in there. Like I don't think they added any new songs to this one either.
Mm-mm.
Because if you look at The Lion King, they added a couple songs.
I didn't know
This one,
anything about
I
that.
believe it was all the same songs. Everything was really good on this one.
Yeah.
It was true. It didn't try to do something new. Like if you're gonna do
It's
it, just take the
like
original story, make it everything look realistic, and do the same stuff. That's all I'm asking for. Don't destroy something
yeah.
that's great.
Like it's not hard to copy and paste. Like that's all they got to do.
Exactly. And
just
everybody would be happy.
yeah, just like if you're looking like especially I'm pretty sure like whoever's handling like their Disney social media and seeing like all the comments saying just all we ask for is like a frame by frame of like like Beauty and the Beast. Just do this frame by frame of what happened, and then doing like the songs, like then we'll give you our money. It's like like a remaster of a video game. It's just like
Hmm.
just take everything that was good about it, just update the graphics and everything, just the fundamental stuff, and then don't touch you know any of the other stuff that made it so great. Um,
Oh yeah,
okay, so I guess yeah, so Beauty and the Beast was good. Even like the cast itself was pretty great too.
cast is great.
I like the I know the clock guy was Gandalf. But the who was the candle guy?
I have no idea.
He
I don't know who any of those characters were. I know Luke Evans. I know what's her face was Bella. I know the guy who was the one dude who's gay for Gaston, and then
yeah,
the guy who plays the Beast. I don't know who. I actually don't know who plays the Beast in this particular
that's a good question
version of it.
too. And then when they get to human, I'll be like, oh, I know who they are. Like once you see their face, you're like, oh, okay, I know who they are. But yeah,
Yeah, if I saw him,
for
I
like
know it.
for
I
like
just don't
names,
remember
it'd
it.
be like I don't know the names, but I know I've seen you in other movies. So yeah, so I thought that was pretty great. Like even like the cast was great. Like no one was like out of character. You remember them from like from the
Yep.
animated one. All right, so the next one would be Aladdin. So I remember when that trailer dropped and everyone was giving shit about Will Smith, being blue and everything. And I remember I was like, oh my god, either the genie's gonna be like the worst thing in the movie now since he doesn't look anything like Genie from the animated one because I I watched Aladdin a lot growing up, so like that was one of those movies I'm like, all right, please don't mess it up. And the other cool thing is that if Will Smith would have like not accept the role, the next one been in line would have been Gabriel Iglesias would have been the genie. And I thought honestly I would have loved to see him as the genie, so since he can do like a lot of like imitations of like other people, and he has so many like of those funny voices he does for his stand up. That would have been great just to see that. I would have been cool to see him as the genie. I think he would have his own.
I can't see them. I can't see them getting him for that role. Like, is he in any movies?
He was in
Is he?
Narcos.
He's in Narcos.
Yeah,
I did
he's in
not know that.
Narcos. He was like for like one of
I
like the
should have.
opening, the opening scenes. I think it was like season. It was like our Narcos Mexico.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, not
Narcos Mexico's great. I could
yeah.
go to the whole spiel on that.
Yeah, so that I remember he was in there. He played it good. Like I mean, I know he's a funny man and all, but he played it good.
Mhm.
But yeah, Aladdin. So that was like Aladdin is like one of my favorite movies, all because of Robin Williams. Like he made that movie like 100 times better, and he was like my favorite actor too. So that's one. Like Aladdin was like a very good movie to me. So I was like, okay, I'll go in there with an
So,
open mind. And then after seeing like the live action one, I was like, Aladdin. He was okay. The guy who played Aladdin was okay. I have no hate against him. It's just the Jasmine girl. She was just so. Ugh. It wasn't the Jasmine I remember from the animated. But then when Will Smith came on, the movie just became 100 times better on screen. So I was like, okay, I'll choke on my words because I thought he was gonna be like the worst thing in the movie. It turned out to be the best thing in the movie.
Yeah, I hate this movie with a passion. It's not good. It's not
It's no,
good at
it's
all.
not good either.
I don't like this one at all. I'm a huge like. I just remember going over to my aunt's house and watching, Aladdin, Jafar, Return of Jafar. What is it called?
Oh
Return of
yeah, I
Jafar.
forgot about the. Oh yeah, oh
Second
yeah, and
one.
the
And then you
Jafar
have Prince,
character.
the 40 Thieves or whatever. Aladdin and the 40 Thieves. I used to watch these movies religiously. Like I've probably seen the first two Aladdins a
So
hundred
much.
times, a
Yeah.
hundred times at least. Like it's ridiculous how many times I've seen these movies, and I love these movies. And everything about this one I can't stand. And well, I shouldn't say everything because there are some great parts.
There are some good
By
parts
far,
in
the
it.
best part is the thing that people complained about the most when the stuff came out was Will Smith being Genie. He's by far the best part. He could play Genie in an animated version of this too. He's
Mm-hmm.
great. He's the best part, hands down.
Yep.
The kid again, the kid who plays Aladdin, I cannot remember the guy's name, is awesome. He's good in the role. He does a good job. However, here's the problem with the movie. Two characters, two main characters. Well, three main characters. Every other character except those two characters. So I should just say there's only two characters in the whole thing that are good. Jafar is awful.
Yeah.
He is like a cartoon. He is like a cartoon villain, and I know that they're trying to remake a cartoon, but yeah, it's not the Jafar I know. The twirly little
The twirly
goatee Jafar.
goatee.
It is not him. It is the weirdest thing ever. He was just creepy.
He didn't have his iconic parrot with him. I was kind
Yep.
of disappointed
That,
about.
yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that because I'm gonna rip this thing to shreds. What's Jasmine? Jasmine had it was one of the worst actresses ever.
She was the one who played.
So
Wasn't she like in the Power Rangers movie too? Like the recent.
was that her? No
Yeah,
way. That could yeah. She plays the
probably
probably
the
the
pink one.
Pink Ranger or yellow. I don't know which one.
Yeah, I remember
She's not good. She
Yeah,
is not good in this movie at all.
yeah.
Just a poor performance all around, and I hate it. I hate this movie so much. Going into the sets themselves, the sets themselves look. It's hard to describe how. Like I keep wanting to say they look plastic because they look fake. They look like ridiculously fake, but they look as if they intentionally wanted to make them look fake, and it really pisses me off because they're trying. I don't know. Everything that Beauty and the Beast did right, they did wrong in this one because they cast the wrong people for some of the main roles. Some of the writing was terrible. They were not. What the good parts of these Disney remakes are when they take it and they just make it real life, right? And they try not to change too much and change too little. They changed a lot here. Like you said, the parrot's not. What's the parrot's
Iago.
name in this? Iago. Yeah, he's not in this movie at all. Are you freaking serious? Are you out of your mind? That was one of the best parts of the original cartoon, and the second, and the sequel, and the third one.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the best. Is the monkey even like
I mean,
a
he's
big?
in there, but
He's in
like
it, but he's not. I can't remember the
he's
name of the
not. He's
monkey either.
Abu.
Abu. God, you're killing me here. I can't believe you remember this stuff over me, but he was one of the best parts of the original movie as well. And there's no personality there. There's it's just a monkey.
They're there just to be there, or
They-
for like or like forwarding the story or the movie along.
it's so bad. Musically, I don't have much complaints there.
No, music was fine. Even
I
like
thought the music was fine.
when they were entering the city and Will Smith was doing his thing, or
Yep.
so yeah, his songs, like his versions of doing his version of like singing
Yep.
it, I had no complaints about that either. So
I had no complaints
nice.
about the music, and it goes back to most of the people that are singing is Aladdin and Will Smith for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Those parts are good, and I think the music's great. So I mean, that's my general take. I hate this one because it's definitely not the worst one. I shouldn't say it's trash because it's not trash. It's just like middle of the road.
Like it's
Some of
something
the
if you
decisions that
watch
were
it,
made.
if it was on TV, you'd be like, all right, sure, just put it on for
No, I wouldn't watch this.
No?
I wouldn't watch this. No, no, I wouldn't. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think I'll ever watch this again.
Wasn't there like another thing too that they added to where Jasmine had like a sister or something, and the genie fell in love
Oh
with
yeah,
her?
yeah. There's a whole new side plot
Yeah.
about the genie becoming a man and falling. It's just so. Oh my
That was-
god!
that
And
was
then
just like-
the whole beginning is him on a boat with his family. I forgot about that. Oh my god, that's a bad part of this movie.
Yeah. I just thought we
Like
just
why?
found the
Why?
genie like in the bottle, but
It was so unnecessary to have this like excerpt of like, oh man, they
I
can't make a sequel now. They can't do it
why not?
because Genie's still a genie. Like they can't. He has kids at the end of this one.
Oh, jeez,
He
I
has
can't
like two
remember.
kids. Yeah, he has like two kids on a boat, and the whole thing is like it's so. The whole thing is as if Will Smith is telling the story over to his kids. It's so stupid. Oh my god.
That's another thing.
You
Like
just
with
made me
like
hate this.
was
You
like
just brought it down another
with
notch. This movie is trash for
yeah,
me.
let's say with like remakes, like they add like unnecessary like
And I
just like
think it's
plot
because
points.
and I don't know if you've watched any of these movies recently. They're not long movies.
They're
Like
not.
Aladdin is not a long movie. So if they're gonna release this in theaters, they can't release a 90-minute movie. Like that needs to be well. They can release a 90-minute movie, but if it's under 90 minutes, that's way too short. So they're gonna have to add a whole new thing. It's just like, oh my god. Honestly, make it short. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll still go see it. I mean, quality over quantity, you
that's
people, and
right.
you're just destroying the source material. God,
Yep.
I don't like Aladdin for it's like a personal vendetta against it because it's definitely. I mean, I've seen some of these other ones. Some of them I haven't seen. The ones I have seen after these three that we've talked about so far, I can't. I hate every one of them. They're all trash.
Well, I know I'm gonna feel like you when we talk about Mulan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and another thing was that a Disney remake, the Alice in Wonderland? Like that was
So yeah, the Alice in Wonderland remake. It is a remake. It's called Alice in Wonderland. It's Tim
yeah.
Burton. It's just wonky. It's like
I
it's
was,
something you want to take acid and watch or something because it's not even Alice. It's not even really about Alice. It's more about
did she become
Mad
like a
Hatter
that was
because
that was another thing
John.
too where he where she wasn't she like the chosen one to slay to slay the dragon? And I was like, oh my god.
There's a whole subplot there, and then they made sequels to it. It's not good. It's so bad. Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
He plays the same role in everything he does.
he's
He's
such
not
a
a good
weird
actor.
character.
I don't know why everybody overpays him for everything. I can't stand Johnny Depp. I think he's a terrible actor. Outside of Jack Sparrow, which isn't a serious role. What has he done? Edward Scissorhands and what's eating Gilbert Grape? Like, congratulations.
Yeah,
It's
that was
not, those
about it
aren't good. I
really.
mean, those are decent movies, but he's not. He's so overrated. He's like the highest paid actor in outside of like Leo in Hollywood, and he's not. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Women
Those
love him.
that
Men love
movie's
him.
trash. That movie's trash. Alice in Wonderland, I will never watch. I saw that one in theaters too. An
Same.
ex girlfriend dragged me to that one. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And after he's like, I haven't danced since something happened, and then after when the battle ends, and then he's like, I can dance, and it was probably the most weird, awkward dance I've ever seen. So that was
It
like
was
that
terrible.
was just so random. Um, so I know we talked. There's Lion King. Well, I haven't personally seen. I don't care about seeing it. Dumbo. There was that one I didn't see. I had no idea Lady and the Tramp was a remake. And then there's Cinderella. I probably have heard of, but I didn't see it.
Yeah,
So
so I didn't see Dumbo. That one's Disney Plus. Lady and the Tramp and Dumbo, I think, were both Disney Plus
oh, that's
releases.
why. Oh, okay.
I don't believe I've seen either of those, so I can't really speak on those ones. Cinderella, I think I did see that one, and it was trash. I don't think I got through the movie. I watched it like at home, and it was so bad I couldn't get through it. And Cinderella is, uh, it's one of the best Disney movies of all time. Cinderella is great. So I don't care what anybody says. It is one of the great classics.
Oh, the
And I
animated.
The animated one, yeah, the one from like the '60s.
Yeah.
It's really old. It's crazy. It might be older than the '60s.
Yeah.
That one's great. It's timeless. It's like a timeless
Timeless
piece of
classic.
animated movies. The next one, though, probably second to last one before we get to Mulan is The Lion King.
All right. I mean, after the Lion King being that iconic opening with the did they do that at the very beginning of the movie? Because I didn't watch it
Uh,
at the live action.
you didn't watch the live action Lion King?
Uh-uh. I didn't
Oh
watch
my
it.
god!
I couldn't. I didn't really care. I didn't care about the
You
live
messed
action.
up. You messed up. Yeah, they definitely did. They definitely
Okay,
did.
so
So they almost stuck this landing perfectly with Lion King. And this is another one with for me that like Aladdin, where I watched The Lion King and the sequel religiously. Like I used to pull open that big fat plastic container containing the VHS, and pop it in. Oh crap! Yeah, I didn't rewind it from the last time. I got to rewind it. It takes 5 minutes. I watched this thing. I've only seen this once or twice. Everything's really good. There's not a lot that's bad, except that you don't know who anybody is because everybody looks the same because they're literal
so
lions.
real.
And I was going to send you a clip of on YouTube I found earlier this week about somebody that basically did all the new. He took a couple of the clips from the movie and redid the animation for it, and it looks stellar. And I wish I could find it.
No, I know what you're talking about. Where he did like a frame by frame, and he actually got Simba and animated him in that movie.
And gave him like the red lion.
Yeah, that looked 100 times better. Made it 100 times better.
Literally changed no dialogue, and it's just like
just keep it the way it is.
It's almost as if what we should have done as fans of this saw the trailer and started bitching about it. We couldn't though because I know I couldn't because skin's a little too pale. Otherwise, I would have been, killed. We should have pulled a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, I was gonna say pull a Sonic and just rip it on social media
about this because it doesn't look. Everything's there. Everything's good. The only difference between this movie and the original is I think Beyonce sings a new original song. Everything else is there. Everything. They have a remake of, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Oh my God, it's amazing. Everything's really good. There's, Timon and Pumbaa are great. It's Seth Rogen and somebody else. I can't remember who. The cast is phenomenal. I remember when they announced the cast, and literally everybody was perfect for their roles. There was so much going for this movie, and it was just almost there for me to stick the landing perfectly because it did exactly what I wanted to, where they didn't destroy the whole remake. And they didn't try to reinvent the whole remake. They just took the source material, and redid everything only in the live action. That's what a live action movie should be.
Yeah. As long as they follow the source material and didn't change anything besides adding a stupid original song, then
yeah. Well, you hire Beyonce for for Nala. Not Nala's. No, not Nala.
It was Nala. I heard.
Yeah, Nala. I was thinking Nala. Simba's mom. Yeah, so she plays Nala.
They even got Earl Jones to do Mufasa again. I thought that was pretty sick.
It's amazing. Everybody was pumped for this movie, and I just feel like it was forgettable because. There wasn't anything, and people complained that there wasn't anything new in this one too because it was so close to source material. I'm thinking, I don't know what you guys want. You want the same?
You guys want the same movie again? Well, that was the thing too. Like they should have the guy who did like the whole reanimated thing. Like I'm pretty sure you would have gotten more people in that style where the guy just took that frame and just reanimated them and like in their cartoon version. I probably would have been more excited to see that, and then to see it in like a live action, like a CGI real life lion. I'll be like, oh, boo. But yeah, if it was like kind of like that style, I would have enjoyed this movie if I seen it.
Like I said, it's almost sticks the landing so perfectly, and it's just that not even one minor detail. It's a big detail, and it throws everything off. And because of that, I probably will never watch this again. So, speaking of movies we'll never watch again, the last movie that we all have seen now, and it's the newest one that kind of brought this topic up, was the most recent live-action remake, only streaming on Disney Plus for $30. For $30.
Not worth $30.
The great Disney movie, great in quotes for me, but Mulan. Yeah. What do you think about Mulan?
I hated it because this is your version of watching it religiously. I've watched this movie so much when I was a little growing up, and Mulan was like my favorite Disney classic.
What do you think about the chick that turns into a hawk?
Don't. I just want to talk about the animated before I shit on this live action. So
I'm gonna rile you up with this one. So
all right,
because that's my goal.
Okay, so when we first like saw the trailer and everything, like the actress who even played Mulan she looked the part and everything, And seeing that trailer and seeing like for the that orchestrated version of the My Reflection, like that was awesome. I was like, oh my god, I remember this song like from the Disney era. Then they remastered it in like in an orchestra version. I was like, yo, if they have like these songs like remastered like in this movie, it's I'm gonna be pumped up. So that was all we heard from the first trailer, and then months go by, and then we see the second trailer, and then more news happens to where there's no song. So I was kind of like, there's no making a man out of you. Like that was like the best, like one of the best songs like that came out of that movie. And on top of all that, like there was no Mushu, no Mushu, and that was kind of like, then what's Mulan? What is Mulan? So that pissed me off. That pissed a lot of people off. And they're like, we're doing our own version of Mulan. So basically, we're gonna turn it into Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon on a budget for live action. And I fucking hated this movie so much. I fucking hated it. Like, okay, I'll go from the beginning. So, I mean, spoiler, they're gonna explain it to you in the beginning of the movie. So I guess like she has powers. She has fucking chi, some energy. So I was like, when I heard of that, I'm kind of like, so is this Dragon Ball Z now? Like, this is fucking bullshit. Now she's gonna like levitate in the air and do magic and all this other bullshit. So that was like one of the things. Like she's like, you gotta control your chi, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, here we go.
It was basically Frozen. Feel it, don't release it, don't let it show, or whatever they
I didn't even see
So
that
bad.
movie either, but I think
You don't see Frozen? Oh god.
no, I refuse to. I don't go to see the hype movies. But anyway, that's another topic. Um, so after then they show like the mini, like her like little. I thought they're gonna like show her like, or having like or showing the who's the evil guy in Mulan in the animated.
I don't know, fucking Genghis Khan. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, Genghis Khan.
Mongols.
Yeah,
The
okay, him.
Mongols.
Like his opening was climbing over the wall and taking control of the territory or whatever. This one was just a younger version of Mulan, just doing running up walls with her
I think she
magic.
almost caught that chicken.
Yeah, and okay, that's another thing too. Okay, so they fast forward that to like, okay, she has powers or whatever. They established that, and then fast forward to that doing the whole matchmaking and everything. I thought that was okay directed, or seeing that. But the thing is that the person who, or the actress who played Mulan, lacked any emotion. I think the only time she only showed like any emotion was when she was with her sister. Like that was like the only time I saw like a smile or like any like type of like emotion, like of happiness or anything, or being silly. And then when she's like by herself with like other people around her, she's just like a stiff. And that's what kind of like took me out of it too. She was like, she had no emotion, like she had no like charismatic like thing to make me like her.
Scarlett Johansson should have been cast in the role. That's all. She can play Ghost in the Shell. She can.
she can play Mulan.
She can play Mulan.
And so that happened, and like I thought like when she oh, and then and like the dad was a total dick. Like I didn't care about the dad at all. I was like, yeah, go to war, have him lose his other leg or lose his other life, because in the animated, like he was like the caring like dad, like I felt for him when Mulan left and everything, trying to chase after her, like, oh my god, like why did she leave and everything. And in this one, um yeah, he was just a total dick. I didn't like him at all.
So getting into like the next couple scenes here, this is a part that pissed me off. And like again, like we've talked about, I'm not a big fan of the Disney Mulan, but this is one of the coolest parts of the movie is when she actually goes and like suits up and gets the armor on. It's all everything's raining and it's like lightning. You know what I'm talking. You know
Oh
the scene I'm
yeah.
talking about. It plays the music. That doesn't happen in this movie
Nope.
at all. Like
It
that whole
she
scene where she cuts her hair, like
Yep.
none of that happens at all in this movie. And it's just like there's no build up. We don't. Why are we
Just
invested in this family? All we know is like he was a dick to her when she tried to catch a chicken
yeah.
20 minutes ago. God.
And then like yeah, like that was the other thing too. Like they didn't like. I mean, they showed the armor of like the dad like bringing it out and
Yeah.
trying to like use the sword but that was like I think that was like the only shot we seen of like the armor. And then when when it's time for him to like leave, she just packs it up and leaves. And I was like,
And it just
okay.
like
And then
cuts to
and
her
then
like walking
move
up.
on to the next scene. I'm like, oh my god, like ah. Oh, and then she goes to the. Oh yeah, and there was no grandma, like no grandma, because the grandma was like hilarious in the animated, and there's no
There's no
grandma in this.
grasshopper.
No grasshopper, like no like. Well, besides the stupid ass Phoenix that was like, oh, the Phoenix, help her, show her the way. And it's like, if they could animate a fucking Phoenix, they couldn't animate Mushu. Like, like that pisses me off. Like, animate a Phoenix, but they can't animate a little mini dragon.
You know what pisses me off the most is that the Phoenix is like, I don't know. Maybe I've read too many Chinese calendars, but the Phoenix is not on the Chinese calendar.
Just it's not.
So no, it's not. Like there's no year of the Phoenix.
Hmm.
You know, like we're sheep
Oh yeah.
1991, right? We're rams
I'm
or sheep.
I'm the goat. We're the goat.
You're goat.
We're
It's
the
the same thing,
goats. We're the
right? Goat,
goats.
sheep,
Yeah, we're
rams. It's
we're the
all the
goats.
same. There's a dragon. Like
And
there's
there's
no
like a rat.
Phoenix.
There's monkey. Oh, isn't there a monkey? I know there's like a rat, and there's
There's
like
a
a
rat, ox, all
dog.
that stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
no
But there's
Phoenix.
no phoenix.
So I don't know if that's like
It's trying to make.
maybe Phoenix isn't like the Chinese lore, but I feel like the Phoenix is not at all in the Chinese lore at all.
Or they try to make it sound like the phoenix was like some kind of relationship with like the Asian culture. Part of Mulan. I was just. I don't know. Maybe they're
What
trying to
if
cater.
Jean Grey would have showed up at the end and just killed everybody?
That would have been awesome. Probably obliterate the everything that I've seen from that movie. All right, so fast forward to that. And then she gets lost, and the Phoenix was like, "Oh, I'm here to guide you," all that bullshit. All right, so it reaches the camp. I had no idea. Okay, there's Wang, Shang, and Po, the three guys, the three soldiers. Like,
Yeah.
I had no idea that was them until like I think like maybe halfway through the movie. I was like, "Oh, okay, so these are the you know the three guys that follow Mulan and become buddies and everything." I had no idea. Then they added a fourth person in there for God knows why. Okay, this is what made me laugh about this movie was like she was trying to find a place to like bathe and everything, and then one of the random dudes was like, "Oh hey buddy," and I was like, "Man, this guy's gay." He was like he was just following her the entire time just to see if he take a bath with them. I'm like, this
There
dude's
were
gay.
some major gay vibes. In this movie.
That's the first thing that popped into my head. I'm like, this dude's gay. So when she was just trying to like to take a bath and then he's there, and usually like in the animated it was funny because she's trying to take a bath and then all the three guys were there, and then
Yep.
then the rest of the army shows up. Like that was like it was funny, but like this one made it like so like just so
It's weird.
yeah. There was a lot of gay vibe in this movie too.
Yeah, I don't really like it at all.
I mean, not there's anything wrong with being gay. I'm just saying like there's just like too much gay vibe for me.
In China there is. Um, you know what I didn't like is what I didn't like is they didn't commit. They were like, no, we're going for a more ground. That's why we're not going to have Mushu. That's why we're not going to have all this other stuff in here. We're going to have a grounded Mulan story. They try to make it all realistic. She's freaking doing flips and kicking spears into people, like the most inefficient way to kill a person. And there's zero blood. There's not a single bit of blood. At one point, someone gets stabbed, and they look at the blade, and like
They take
this
it
is
out. Oh,
this
there's
big
nothing.
thing. And I think it's when the main bad guy died.
Yeah,
He goes like this, and he's just like,
there's no blood.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just like, what the
that was
heck?
so anticlimactic. Ah,
Dude, I love how everybody in this movie, not everybody, but the main characters can get shot at with a bow and they can just catch arrows out of the ground.
tick, tick, yeah. Oh, that was another thing too. When they were doing for like they were introducing the evil guy, I swear to God, they raided the same place twice. Um, No, they used the same set for like I remember they raided the first building or temple, whatever they were doing. And after that, like, a few scenes with Mulan, and then he attacks another place, and it was like a exact like frame or setting that he attacked the first one. I'm like, are they just reusing the same like set again? Oh, okay. And then the action scenes. Okay, action scenes are fucking terrible. Okay, so when he was walking up the wall, like I could like the you could see the background or the green screen. Like it was just so terribly edited. It made me and there was like a scene where like she or the fucking eagle woman or
I
the
think it's a
hawk
hawk.
lady um she had like a pole or something, and then the camera angle tried to like do like a whole like 180 like from the side and then flipped it all the way up. Like I don't know, the choreograph or the just how they filmed it just was it pissed me off. Like
Um,
they had all this time to like go back and re-edit this stuff during this quarantine. Like come on guys, like seriously, could have done a better job with the green screen. That's what threw me off too. Like I remember Stuckman saying like, yeah, you can tell like the green screen was like not even like touched or like edited, and I immediately spotted it. I'm like, oh my god, and it's not even like 20 minutes into the movie.
yeah, what did you think of the? Oh man, what was I gonna say? I think I was gonna mention the Hawk Lady again. What did you think of that whole storyline?
Oh, like she was cast out because she's a witch, and she's different. I didn't care. I did
So
not care.
the whole thing was like this. The reason why they didn't do Mushu, in my opinion, and the reason why they did the Hawk thing, the Hawk chick thing, witch chick, is because they wanted to make like a female empowerment movie. And
Oh,
if you had Mushu there, played by a guy, you can't have somebody guiding it. Like in the original movie, it makes her look incompetent. Like he's the one who lights the fireworks and saves them. Remember, like Mushu saves him at the one point. Can't have that. You can't have any help from men.
nope.
So that's my reasoning. I don't think they did it
I didn't
at
even
all.
think
I didn't
about
think it
that.
have anything to do
That's
with anything other than a stupid agenda.
yeah.
And like I don't know. I don't mind having a strong female lead, but just like it's unrealistic. Like, and then you just shit on the source material too. Like, who do you think is watching these? I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get what they're trying to do with this one. It was a big fail for me.
There's
The there's
there's
so
no
much.
Shang. There's no Shang. I was pissed. Is he not gonna fall in
Dude,
love with Shang?
what do you think about Jet Li?
I Jesus, Jet Li. I haven't seen him in years. So that was when he was the emperor. I was like, holy crap! Like he aged like holy crap, like old.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean he was okay.
yeah,
The movie was
he wasn't like like oh my god, it's the Jet Li we remember, but he was there just to be there. Um, but no, I think the one thing after seeing that hideous movie was that Easter egg where the original Mulan came in at the near the end of the film. The voice actress for Mulan from the animated, she was there in the movie. I was like, oh my god, like she like she I mean she like saved a little bit from me shitting on this movie, but she made I guess she made a cameo in the film. You know where at the very end where there's a lady and she says, "Now introducing Fa Mulan," when after she saves the empire and she's walking into like in the main in
yeah,
the
like the
in the
chambers,
in the
like the
chambers.
Emperor's chamber.
Yeah, it was that lady is the OG Mulan, the voice actress from the animated. That's her.
Oh,
And when I first saw she was Agents of Shield, that Asian lady.
oh no way!
Yeah, that's Mulan.
No, why didn't they just bring her back?
Yeah, that's her.
She'd have been great.
Yeah,
I did
so
not know. I didn't know
I'm
she was
surprised
the
you
one
didn't
who
know that.
voiced
Yeah,
Mulan. No
yeah,
freaking way.
yeah. She voices Mulan. But anyway, when I first saw that, I was like, oh my god, like something good happened in this movie. Like they brought back the OG Mulan after when she says now introducing Fa Mulan. I was like, oh my god, like oh I remember her. Okay, so that happened. I'm trying to think what else. Even like the IP man, the general, he was okay in that. He was pretty cool.
Oh, was it Donnie Yen? I said Jet Li. Was
Yeah,
Jet Li in this movie?
yeah. Jet Li was the emperor.
Really?
Yeah, he's the emperor.
Oh, I was thinking Donnie Yen.
You
Yeah, It
racist.
Man. It Man.
Yeah, IP
He was
man.
great.
Yeah, IP man. He was the general. He was great in that
Yeah,
movie too.
yeah, yeah. He was what I was talking about. I was wondering what you thought about him. Yeah, I thought he was pretty decent. He was probably one of the high points. They had a couple good like him between him and Jet Li. Like that was the only thing that had they had going for it in this movie.
Hmm. Oh, and then
Didn't like
like
it. Never will watch it again.
I won't either. Oh, and then like how and how she unveils herself as Mulan after she's getting in a fight with the eagle lady, and then like the dad's like, Ping Fa Mulan did not die. It was whoever the person. They didn't even go with the, it wasn't Ping, or I don't even know what the name was, but I'll call her Ping. It's like, but Ping did not die. Mulan or something came back and rose from
Rose
the
from the
dead.
Phoenix.
Rose from the Phoenix.
Ashes.
I was like, I hate this movie. And she just rolls out into the battlefield and she's like, I'm here, guys. I'm here to save the day. I'm like, this is so stupid.
It's so bad. I
That
never want to watch that
that
movie
cracked
again.
me up where like that little or the eagle lady just threw like a pointy like tick or like a thumbtack at her and she just gets shit on and hits the rock and like pretends to die. That cracked me up. I was like I was like, is that how she dies? And then the voiceover, Fa Mulan did not die. Where I was like, okay, she's alive. And then she pulls out the knife or the needle. No blood. I'm like, okay, so
Yeah.
false
I was like,
alarm.
I hate this movie. This movie was almost more difficult to get through than Cuties because it destroyed my childhood.
It just made me just appreciate the animateds even more. Oh, and after like when Mulan was released, the over in the east, like Japanese viewers, they hated it too. They hated
Yeah.
the movie, and I guess like on I just we just well I read it where they were filming it on like enemy territory or something like in their history, like it was like a,
Oh, they were filming it on like Mongol territory. Like,
yeah, yeah, and they were like, you they filmed it on Mongol territory or something like that. I know what that meant, but like yeah, they got backlash from doing that. And they were like, oh yeah, it was cheaper to film here than if we had to go somewhere else. So I was like, good, get more hate for something I didn't even think of. So good. Yeah, so
yeah.
Disney stuff. If I want to give a rating for Mulan, I give it like I barely would give it a 1. I'd give it like a 0.5 star, only
I'd
because
give it a,
only because the original Mulan was in it. Like that was she was
I'd give it a 2 out of 5.
I
I think
hated
that's
it.
an honest rating.
I hated it. I'm gonna shit on it. I hated it. Didn't like it. Even like the villain, villain was being a villain. Like
He
um
wasn't even cool.
well because he had a distinguished scar on his eye. Ooh. Ugh.
Yeah, it's
Typical
bad.
typical villain look. Long hair, black, black makeup and everything. Just and then even like the anticlimactic fight scene was terrible. I don't know why they even like go up on the crane and try to balance it, and then she's gonna get off of it and cut it off and then throw the arrow back. I was just the fight scenes were just fucking terrible. And it was directed by a woman, so I was kind of like, okay, maybe she'll understand the movie. Apparently not, or she didn't even watch the original animated movies. I want to show women that are powerful and they don't need no man. Ugh.
So anyway, shifting gears to that. Now that we've went over the ones that have been released, what are you looking for? I mean, it seems like we're kind of in the same boat here. I don't really like any of these. I mean, there's a couple that I think are good, but there's not any reason for these to be made because they haven't really done them any of them justice. At least the ones I love.
For the
Are
upcoming
there any?
for the upcoming
Yeah, like are
ones.
there any of that you are looking forward to being
Well,
made?
I think the only two that I've seen on what we have on paper right now, Hercules. Like Hercules was amazing.
Dude, most underrated Disney movie of all time is Hercules, and I could
No,
go into another hour long rant about how
no,
Hercules is phenomenal.
no.
Go the Distance
Treasure
is one of
Planet.
the
is the most underrated movie of all time.
Treasure Planet's pretty good. Hercules is Go the Distance is by far one of the greatest songs in any Disney movie ever.
Zero to
So
hero, da 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 da. Zero to hero, just like that. They had a great
the soundtrack's
soundtrack.
amazing.
Yeah,
See, the thing is, what are they going to do? They're going to have to cast somebody to play Hercules, and then they're going to want to do like if they don't do any of the music for Hercules, it's going to be terrible.
they're gonna do their version of Hercules, but they're gonna have The Rock as Hercules again.
Dude.
That's gonna be the Hercules that Disney wants you to see. They want a dark version of Hercules
Yeah. The other ones that are
or
on
an
here,
edgy
I
one.
couldn't care less. The Little Mermaid might be good. Snow White I could see being okay.
Hunchback was a
Hunch,
great one. I remember watching
Hunchback,
it
I
animated.
actually never, I don't know if I ever saw, is there a sequel to Hunchback?
There
Is
is,
there a second one? I think I've only seen the first one.
yeah, the
And then
first one.
I put Peter Pan on there, but
They
Jesus,
did
there's
one
been
with
so many
with
different
Pan. There's
with
like
Hugh Jackman.
yeah, that was just called Pan, but I don't know if that
No,
was
no, no,
like
it was
a
called Hook, wasn't it? Or no, Hook is the one with not
Robin Williams. Yeah,
Robin
that was
Williams.
with
Yeah,
yeah, it was Hook. No, it was just called Pan, I believe.
hang on. Yeah, and he's bald and Captain Hook.
Or was it Never? Or was it just Neverland? I can't
I
remember.
can't. Nah, I think it was called Pan.
I
I
think
don't
it was
know.
Pan.
They've done like 4 or 5 different iterations of Peter
Yeah,
Pan, and I just can't. I
I'm
just
tired
let
of
it
it.
go.
Yeah,
Let it go.
but
I
no,
mean,
I think the only upcoming one that I'm probably keeping an eye on is the Little Mermaid because I remember seeing that a lot when I was growing up. So,
yeah.
and then I don't know, and then like a lot of people are shitting on it right now because they're not. It's not like a white mermaid. They're doing a black mermaid now.
It should be a White Mermaid.
So that's what everyone's like. Oh, you're ruining everything and blah blah blah. Well, I guess in this one though, they're going to.
I'm not even mad about that so much as I'm mad about it not being a redhead because that's like
No, she is going to be a redhead.
that doesn't
Yeah,
make any damn sense.
yeah. She's gonna have red hair.
Have you ever seen a natural redheaded black chick?
I'm just saying if she dyes it pretty good, but no, not a natural one.
That's
But
what I'm
anyway,
saying. Like that's why it doesn't make any damn sense. It's supposed to
it's
be like an Irish chick.
it's Disney.
She's gonna have red freaking hair. If she doesn't have red hair, that pisses me off more than anything.
Well, I guess in this one, so I guess from the Little Mermaid, from their production, they are gonna have music. So like they're learning from like the past like remakes they've done. They're like, okay, we need music. We need like like pretty much like the characters or like the side characters that made this movie for what it was in the animated. Make it like that level of good.
Yeah,
So
I would agree with you. I think the Little Mermaid and Hercules are probably the only two that I'd be really
yeah,
looking
yeah.
looking
The
forward to.
other
There's not
the other
anything
three, I
else.
don't care. Yeah,
I
Hercules.
did see something about Lilo and Stitch being made into a live action.
Really? Oh, that would be weird just to
I
pull
can't
off.
imagine that being. I don't
Yeah. So yeah. So I think that's about it for I guess for excuse me Disney remakes. Um, I think other than that, I mean we could probably leave
just make
off
the After
on
Hours the video game remakes.
yeah or whatever after hours thing you wanted to talk about.
I
But
say we just talk about video games for the After Hours.
all right, cool. So I guess yeah. So I guess this is where we'll leave off on the today's episode. So as much as yeah, I think it was kind of more of like overall look of Disney, the terrible Disney remakes. So yeah, I was just waiting for just to get to Mulan just to give you my real opinion about it. So that's why I'd never cared for it. Didn't like any of it. I mean, they had some good like one or two parts here and there that were great, but it wasn't like woo, like made me want to like give it another star. But it is what it is. It's just doing it for cash. And when they said $30, I'm like, I know this movie's gonna be trash. They're up in that price
$30, dude.
on
30
top of
freaking
on
dollars.
top of your 99 or on top of your subscription. They pay $10 and then pay another 30 just to see a terrible movie.
There's
Ridiculous.
no way I'll rent a movie like to screen for
Yeah,
$30
yeah.
ever. Never happen. Not in today's market.
Nope. So I guess we will leave it. We'll leave it right there. So the last like 10, 15 minutes, we're going to go in our after hours episode. And thanks for everyone for stopping by for our Disney episode 3, Disney remakes and why they suck and they need to step and why they need to step up their production and getting it right because they're just pissing a lot more people off like me.
Hire me.
Yeah, just do that. So we'll do that. Thanks for stopping by. This episode should be up by Monday, and we will see you guys next week. Later.